This is your captain speaking, but it, we're gonna take off anyway.
I wanted to get a real FPV pilot's opinion on them. I wanted to get someone who's flying the good shit every day and give them some, you know, low budget stuff and see what they expect. I know you've seen this before on YouTube, but we're doing it here Flying Junkie style. Let's do this.
Yeah. All right.
Mr. Dollar, we're going in. What do you think of the packaging here?
First thing you notice about the box, love the blue. Personally, huge fan.
All right. Blue's good. Blue's always
72
good.
channels. That's unbelievable. You're getting that right out of the box. You can tell that this has some sort of built-in diversity to antennas. We don't know how good it is, but it looks better than the Fatshark does out of the box.
It's going in.
All right. So, I mean... Woo.
Yeah, I threw that in there. Ignore that. Big shout out to, that's one of the printing companies over at Maker Faire here in Orlando. They were throwing these around.
All right.
Forget the name.
So my boy Frankie Hovers decided to go with the white. Big fan. Love the white. I wish I could have got a white QX7. So big fan of how this looks.
They're pretty trippy, right? They've got sort of a futuristic, edgy cut.
They're super lightweight.
You know, they're not taking anything away from like Fatshark or any other set. You know, they all have their edge, but
they definitely have a different design aspect.
They're
to
sharp.
them.
What do you think of my? What do you think of my antenna change there?
I love it. Is this left hand? Left hand, huh?
I don't know. I think I went. I just was experimenting.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
I just was experimenting there, slapping
like
other.
Cap. You ain't seen that since 14. You know what I mean?
The Spironet, right? I think they call it. Or
so
something.
first impressions, it feels really interesting in my hands. It's super lightweight. I love the simple on-off button.
Yeah, I think that's for a fan.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, still so much more convenient than what Fatshark.
It's a fan. We popped it on. We tried it. We heard a little hum.
Okay.
And we were sitting there. You know, we played around with them a little. There's also, if you flip to the bottom, you have your diopters and whatever, the sliders and rollers.
So that's similar to what you get with Fatshark.
Yeah.
Slightly different positioning. I'm sure it works well.
And you got the rollers there too. Do you have those on the Fatshark?
No,
the rollers?
We don't have two options there for.
Yeah, the rollers were a big help to me. I was able to dial in my eyes a little bit better than normal.
So one thing that jumps out to me is the thin head strap. Not sure what that's going to be like for flying purposes. I know that I've opted to go with a super thick strap on my Fatshark. So
hold up, hey, well my niggas who be thinking we soft, smoke weed every day.
You know, again, that could be something that bothers some people. Some people it may make no difference in the world too. I may like it. Who knows?
That's what I'm trying to say, because with the box set you get this overhead sort of a strap, and there's this huge battery connected. And there's a lot more going on. It feels like you're at the dentist almost, you know, getting headgear put in.
Nobody likes the dentist.
Boom, right, so let's do this, my man. We're going to take this set for a ride right now. I think I have somewhere tucked in my case here a tiny whoop with like some killed batteries from the other day. So, you know, it's always good to give a friend a dead battery so he can crash your bird. And, you know, you guys can become closer friends when you spend Sunday together repairing them.
So, interestingly enough, pro tip, the outer limits... FPV, what is this, 3,500 million.
I got busted.
They fit in, so we're good there.
Just a quick disclaimer here. This is not an actual unboxing of what you get from the factory. This is just more of a, we've been experimenting over a week's time here, playing with different things. Shout out to Outer Limits FPV.
Yeah, big fan.
All right, here we go. I'm grabbing the whoop out here. We're gonna set little whoop up here. This is Cringer whoop. This is a newbie drone, right? The B-Brain. Big shout out to Tiny Whoop and all the people up there, newbie drone.
All right, so we are gonna test and see what the video looks like through these EV100s, the Eachine goggles. I think they're 110 bucks at RDQ. Shout out Race Day. We're gonna test that by powering on his Tiny Whoop here. So first impressions, by the way, of these goggles, when you first look at them, they have a very thick foam on them.
You know what it is, right? Those are those M9 gimbals. Slap it all the way up.
All the way up.
Yep.
There we go.
M9 gimbals installed in a DX8. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to freak you out. did some ghetto hacking there and got them to work, you know, for the cheap. Big shout out to Spectrum for not having any gimbals anywhere on the market. Gotta buy black market-ish. Fuckers.
So, first impressions on the goggles, the foam. It appears very thick, but around the nose area I noticed that I can feel some discomfort around my nose where it wants to sink very easily. The foam's very soft, so if you're able to upgrade that, that's going to make these even better. As far as the video goes, it kind of looks almost similar to the way that I look at my video of my Dominator V3s. It's like looking at a little TV down in there. Personally, I'm a huge fan of that, so I think that these goggles I can fly with basically with no problem. The people that like the HD 3s, where it's like looking at a theater screen in your goggles, you're probably not going to like this, so that just keep that in mind.
Bigger point of view for me, the set that I come from, and I actually like this. I'm getting more used to it. Do you feel like you're crossing your eyes at all when you're, you know what I mean? Do you feel like when you're staring into the set, you're actually sort of adjusting your eyes sort of to squint, or is that a normal thing you do with the
I think that it's something that
Fatsharks?
I've gotten used to with the Dominator V3s, so probably I'm not noticing that near as much as you are.
Okay, gotcha.
And I can put you in mind to let you kind of see how similar they actually are.
Do a little comparison.
How do I arm this?
All right, so straight up on the left shoulder, all the way out. Yep, up is armed, and then you have your.
A few moments later.
Here, all right, tech support. We're just trying to fix something here. We got to reconnect the tiny whoop all over again. So controller on first, and then if we do this, we should see that light stop blinking that we saw earlier. Boom. Looks like it's locking in now. So let's do a quick test. Make sure you're armed. There it is.
We're ready to fly. Dial up at the helm.
All right, let me set you up back over here where you were. You're good. I'm thinking you were maybe there. I'm not sure. Start you off facing the chair to totally confuse the shit out of you, or that way. That was probably better, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Remember, you had a little bit of a lean. Let me get the launch off. Oh, yes.
So, yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're somebody that likes the way that the Dominator V3s, if you like that field of view, then honestly, these EV100s for 110 bucks, you can't beat them, because I feel like I'm literally in my Dominator V3s, but you know,
And you feel like you're focused in, and you know, like you locked them in first go, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as the field of view and everything, like looking, it doesn't bother me one bit. It just, you know, you can definitely tell. I mean, if you ask me what am I in, I'd tell you I'm in a budget pair of Dominator V3s. That's just, I mean, and that's a great thing. I mean, if I had started out in this hobby and you'd have told me, hey, you can get started for 450 bucks, and for that you can get goggles, a radio, a quad, batteries, and a charger, I would have laughed at you, because I paid $1,200 to get started in this hobby.
It's almost worth the price of admission, you know?
Right. I think these goggles are going to give a lot of people on a budget a much closer experience to like what your hardcore racer gets than, say, you know, big ass box masks, more or less. You know, that's just, when I started out, I was like, I can't do that. You know, even if that looks good, people look goofy like that, and like, you know, you want to look cool. And so like, I think these give you the function of a real race experience while looking cool on a budget.
There it is, boom.
Done.
Dial up on the sticks, holding it down. Flying Junkies, world famous Flying Junkies. Don't forget it. Your boy Frankie Hovers here. That was the test of the EV100s.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts we want to get before we
I think if you had
sign off?
to make me rate these on a scale of 1 to 10, comparing them on the same scale you would Fatsharks and Commanders, I'm giving these a solid 7 overall. And then if you're asking versus what they cost, that makes them a 10.
Wow,
So,
wow, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. How's your nose feeling on the bridge there?
Actually, not too bad, to be honest with you.
I had problems
when
with
you
it.
move them around
Really
enough,
giving
you
me a
can
little
get
bit of
them
trouble.
situated. But
But you
know,
see,
I-
I'm working with a,
I think
Got
if
a
you
mean
can
set.
find a way to upgrade this foam, then you've really found a winner here. I'd
Yeah.
love to see somebody range test like what the capability is as far as like video receiver quality, but
ooh, yeah, good question. Yeah, I mean, I was actually from what I experienced with my own, little whooping around the house and outdoors a little bit, I got way more range. However, at night, the vision was a little more. It was much more saturated colors, so the dark areas are truly dark. They're not gray dark.
Yeah.
So I think that made it a little bit more difficult to fly, but you could hit tinier spaces because once you get closer to that space, it lights up really well.
Right.
And then off you go, right through the middle. So good to get your opinion, man. Thanks for letting me into the lair. Let's get a shot of you over here by your equipment.
of course.
Boom, there it is. Hit up, dial up. Tell them where they can find you online, my brother.
Oh yeah, Dial Up FPV on Instagram, on YouTube. You can probably find me on Facebook occasionally. But yeah, that's it.
Boom, boom, boom. Hit the man up. We out.
Later.
Smoke weed every day.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.